Good morning, students. Myself, Dr. K.P. Yadav, head the Department of English, Sri Vishwanath PG College, Kalan Sultanpur. As we were discussing on unsolved paper 2018 in my last video, today I shall discuss remaining question of unsolved paper 2018 BA first year, subject English, paper first. I write BA first year, subject English, paper first, solved paper 2018. We were on question number 76. We solved question number 76. As though to breathe our life is a line from the poem Ulysses. In Ulysses, this line has been said by Ulysses. He says, this is not the aim of life to breathe and to die, but to innovate something, to create something, to invent something. Next, question 77. The message of Praspis is, the poem Praspis has been written by great Victorian era poet named Robert Browning, which is a great dramatic monologue in which the message of the poem is to face death boldly. A number option is right option. The message of Praspis is face death boldly. 77 number question, right answer is 77 number question, right answer is the message of Praspis is face death boldly. In this poem, the poet challenged death. He says that death would be my last and the greatest battle. In this way, he says, face death boldly. A number option is right option. Face death boldly. Face death boldly. 78 number question is, Dabar Beach poem is about. First, as you know that the poem Dabar Beach has been written by great Victorian age poet Matthew Arnold, in which there is great conflict between religion and science. On one side there is religion and on the other side there is science. As you know, there is Victorian compromise. The Victorian poet has compromised science with the religion. This is Victorian compromise. This term is the special term of Victorian era. And in Matthew Arnold's poetry, there is Victorian compromise. This poem, Dabar Beach, is a unique example. Dabar Beach is a unique example of compromise of science and religion. Victorian compromise, unique example, model example of Victorian compromise. Dabar Beach poem is about loss of path, loss of beauty, loss of faith, loss of sorrow, loss of faith, in which poet discussed this poem. In this poem, the poet discussed to his wife about the loss of faith. He starts his line, ah love, let us be true to one another. Poet messages his wife to be faithful in love to each other. In this way, loss of faith. Although the world has lost his faith, there is no faith. Everyone has become selfish. Loss of faith. Dabar Beach poem is about. C number option is right option. Loss of faith. Loss of faith is right answer for this question. Next, 79 number question is, Ulysses is a king of, as you know, Ulysses is a king of Ithaca. His wife name is Penelope and his son name is Telemachus. He has hand over, he has given his kingdom to his son Telemachus, but he is not satisfied. He searches new places because Victorian age is the age of science. Ulysses is a king of Ithaca. 79. Right option is Ithaca, A number. Ithaca. Ithaca. Ulysses is a king of Ithaca. Next question. Porteous is a 80 number question. Porteous. The poet says that in this poem, the world is too much with us. Wordsworth says, I would be a pagan. I would be a pagan in this way. Pagan means non-Christian. Non-Christian, I would be a pagan. In this way he says, Porteous has come in the poem that Porteous is a sea god, sun god, moon god, wind god, sea god. Porteous is a sea god who has been applied. Porteous has been applied in the poem. The world is too much with us. Porteous is a sea god. The Christian, the pagan means when there was non-Christianity in England. When there was non-Christianity. Pagan means non-Christian. When there was non-Christianity in England, the people believe in Porteous, that Porteous was a sea god. But when the science developed, science cleared that there is no sea god. In this way, Wordsworth says that the people of the pagan were better than non-Christian. Non-Christians were better than Christian. Due to development of science, people are not believing in sea god, Porteous and other. They have developed their logic, which is wrong. Wordsworth says in the poem, Porteous is a sea god. A number option is right option. Sea god. Porteous is a sea god. Sea god. Next, 81 number question is, her bridges run, he bridges, H-E-V-R-I-D-G-E-S. He brides is a group of islands near. It is a group of islands which is near Scotland. He brides is a group of islands near Scotland. C number. Iceland. He brides is a group of islands near Scotland. Scotland. Next, 82 number. The rhyming scheme of a Shakespearean sonnet is A-B, A-B, C-D, C-D, E-F, E-F, G-G. That is A number. As you know that Shakespearean sonnet is divided into quatrain, 3 quatrain, which rhyming style is A-B, A-B, C-D, C-D, E-F, E-F, and that last one couplet which rhyming style is G-G. This is Shakespearean sonnet. A number option is right option, which is A-B, 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 C-D, 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 E-F, E-F, and that last one couplet which rhyming style is G-G. The essay on man is written in Spenserian stanza, heroic couplet, blank verse, free verse. As you know that Pope, first poet who applied heroic couplet in English poetry is called Geoffrey Chaucer, is called father of heroic couplet. He has applied this meter heroic couplet in his poem The Prologue to the Canterbury Tales, and after that the next poet who applied heroic couplet, John Dryden, also, and the next poet after him is the great poet Alexander Pope, who purified and perfected modified blank verse. His not blank verse, heroic couplet. Heroic couplet first of all Chaucer applied, after that John Dryden applied heroic couplet, and at last Alexander Pope applied heroic couplet. He not only applied but also modified, perfected and purified. His heroic couplet is very flexible and very good. He made flexible and modifying it, he made flexible he made flexible the heroic couplet. In this way, heroic couplet, iambic pentameter, rhyme in pair, AB, AB, AA, AA. Rhyme in pair mean group, two line, rhyme two line, where two lines rhyme each other. AA, BB, CC, DD, EE, FF. In this way, this is called heroic couplet. The essay on man is written in heroic couplet. 83 number. Right answer is B number. Heroic couplet. Heroic couplet is the meter which was applied by at last, which was modified, purified and perfected by Alexander Pope, and he has been used this meter in his poem The Essay on Man also. The number of pilgrims in Chaucer's prologue, as you know that Chaucer's prologue is a great narrative epic of 14th century in which Chaucer has painted 29 characters who represents the different society of 14th century. His prologue is the picture gallery of 14th century English society. The number of pilgrims in Chaucer's prologue is 84. 84 number question, right option is 29. D number 29. The number of pilgrims in Chaucer's prologue is D number option is right option 29. Next question, 85 number question. Shakespeare was born at, as you know that Shakespeare, the great dramatist of England, the great dramatist who is called Bard of Avon. Shakespeare is also called the Bard of Avon. Ben Jonson has said Shakespeare, the Bard of Avon. He was a great dramatist as well as poet. He was born on 23rd April 1564 in Stratford on Avon. Stratford on Avon. That is why he is called Bard of Avon. Stratford on Avon. Shakespeare was born. A number option is right option. Stratford on Avon. Stratford on Avon. In this way, I have ended 85. I am on 85 number question. 85 number question. 86 number question is Amor vincit omnia means. This is Latin proverb which has been applied by Chaucer in his prologue to the Canterbury Tales. This is the adjective for Prioress, who is the head of her religion, who represents the religious ceremony Amor vincit omnia means, it is a Latin word which means love conquers all. C number option. 86 number question, right option is C number, love conquers all. Love conquers all. 87 number question is, the prioress spoke French of start food at the way. Start food at the wo. Start food at the wo. Wo was a saint who was famous for his French. After him, prioress spoke the French of Stratford at Tivo. It was a dialect which was prevalent in the Chaucer's time. She knew well how to speak the French. The prioress spoke French of. B number option is right option. 87 number. The prioress spoke French of. B number option. Start food at the wo. Start food at the wo. Start food at the wo. In this way, 88 number question is, who among the following was a poet laureate? Tennyson, Browning, Matthew Arnold, John Keats. Tennyson was a poet laureate. Poet laureate means national poet. Who among the following was a poet laureate? Poet laureate means national poet. Tennyson, Alfred Lord Tennyson was a great poet laureate. Alfred Lord Tennyson was a great poet laureate. Alfred Lord Tennyson. Alfred Lord Tennyson. Alfred Lord Tennyson. Next question. The first poet laureate was, non-official first poet laureate was Ben Jonson, and the first official poet laureate was John Dryden. After that, other also came in series, and Lord Tennyson was also a great poet laureate of Victorian era. He is also called the representative poet of his time. 89. The prominent quality of Keats' poetry is narrative skill, sensuousness, portrayal of nature, love of beauty. Sensuousness. Keats' poetry has sensuousness. Keats is called a sensuous poet also. The prominent quality of Keats' poetry is, C number option is, Keats is called Greece by birth, and his poetry is sensuous poetry. There is great sensuousness in his poetry. He touches the heart. There is imaginary and similes and metaphors of Greece culture. There is sensuousness. 89 number right option is sensuousness. Sensuousness. Sensuousness is the right option. 90 number question is, the rhyme scheme of Milton's On His Blindness is. As you know that On His Blindness is a great 19 number sonnet of Milton's sonnet, who has composed 24 sonnet in English literature. His sonnet is on Petrarchan style, which is divided into octave, including 8 lines, A, B, B, A, B, B, A. In this way, CDC, CDC or CDE, CDE. Sextet, including 6 lines, CDE, CDE or CDC, CDC, in this way. AB, AB, CD, CD, EF, EF. It is not AB, AB. It is not AB, BA, AB, BA. This is AB, BA, AB, BA. In this way, you can say are AB, BA. You can also change the word also, but here is in your option such type AB, BA, AB, BA, CDE, CDE. That is C number option is right option. C number option is right option. AB, BA, AB, BA, AB, BA, CDE, CDE. CDE, CDE. Robert Browning is famous for his dramatic monologue. As I told you last day that Robert Browning is a great poet of Victorian age who is famous for his dramatic monologues. B number option is right option. 91. B number. Robert Browning is famous for his dramatic monologues. Dramatic monologues. Dramatic monologues. Next question, 92 number, is what was the name of the son of Ulysses in Tennyson's poem Ulysses? As I told you that Ulysses' son's name was Telemachus, his wife's name was Penelope. Telemachus. A number option is right option. Telemachus. Telemachus. Next number question 93. Point out the figure of speech in the lines the sea of faith was once two at the full. The sea of faith. The sea of faith. The sea of faith was once two at all. The sea of faith was once two at the full. Metaphor, apostrophe, personification, hyperbole. The sea of faith was once two at the full. The poet has personified the sea as the faith of the man. The sea of faith was once two at the full. The sea of faith was once two at the full. Personification figure of speech. Here is personification figure of speech. 93 number. In this stanza, the sea of faith was once two at the full. The sea of faith mean people had faith in sea. People had faith. People had faith in sea. The faith, there is faith in people, but the poet has personified the sea of faith was once two at the full. Personification figure of speech. B number. Personification. Personification figure of speech. Yes. Next option, next question, 94. Addition of strangeness to beauty and the renaissance of wonder are the phrases coined to suggest the essential nature of. Addition of strangeness to beauty and the renaissance of wonder are the phrases coined to suggest the essential nature of the Renaissance period, the medieval period, the Victorian period, Romanticism. Addition of strangeness to beauty. Beauty, power and knowledge is the main tendency of Renaissance. The Renaissance of wonder are the phrases coined to suggest the essential nature of Renaissance period. Renaissance means to run after beauty, power and wealth, knowledge. beauty, power and knowledge. This term was coined, this phrase was coined to suggest the essential nature of the Renesha period. A number 93, 94, A number option is right option. Which is the Renesha period? The Renesha period. In this way, I have reached on 94. I come on 95 number question. The line, the proper study of mankind is man occurs in Pope's. As you know that this poem has been written by Alexander Pope, who was a great neoclassical poet, means 1700 to 1785. Pope died in 1700 to 1745. Pope died in 1744 and his age ends in 1745. Especially Pope was the major poet of Augustan age. As King Augustus was for Rome, so poet was for England. In this way, King Augustus found the city of Rome as a brick city and left it into marble city. In this way, Pope also proved it. Pope also proved himself in the history of English literature as King Augustus. That is why he is compared, or his age is named Augustan age. The question is, the line, the proper study of mankind is man, occurs in Pope's essay on man. This is the famous line of essay on man. 95 number question, right option is B number, essay on man. Essay on man. Next option, 96 number option. 96 number question. Pick out the correct full name of P.B. Shelley. Percy Bysshe Shelley. Percy Bysshe Shelley. Percy Bysshe Shelley. P-E-R-C-Y. Percy B-Y. P-E-R-C-Y spelling. P-E-R-C-Y spelling C number. That is right option is C number. 96 right option is C number. Percy Bysshe Shelley. This is right option C number. Pick out the correct full name of P.B. Shelley. Percy Bysshe Shelley is the full name of P.B. Shelley. Next question, 97. Milton's On His Blindness is compared in the form of an elegy, ballad, Spenserian stanza, sonnet. As I told you, this is 19 number sonnet. Milton's On His Blindness is a sonnet. 97 number. Milton's On His Blindness is a C number option, sonnet. Petrarchan sonnet or Miltonic sonnet, which rhyming style is A-B-B-A, A-B-B-A, C-D-E, C-D-E or C-D-C, C-D-C, which is divided into octave and sestet. Octave including 8 lines, sestet including 6 lines. Next, we have given our horse away sharded boon, which figure of speech has been used in the phrase sharded boon. Sharded mean one side and on the other side boon. Mean on one side curse and on one side boon. Mean sharded boon. Oxymoron is that figure of speech in which two opposite ideas are put together. A sharded boon. Metaphor, alliteration, sharded boon. Simile, oxymoron. The figure of speech oxymoron. Oxymoron is that figure of speech in which two opposite ideas are put together. Mean on one side sordid, mean like curse, and on one side boon. Mean oxymoron. D number 98. D number sordid, boon is a figure, the figure of speech which has been applied here. D number oxymoron. Which of the following lyric and John Keats has not composed? Ode to a nightingale, ode on the Grecian urn, ode to the west wind, ode to autumn. Ode to the west wind. Shelley has composed. C number 99. C number. This is not composed by Keats, and other three are composed by Keats. Ode to nightingale, ode on the Grecian urn, ode to autumn. C number is not composed by Keats. What is the form of Tennyson's Ulysses? Allegory, dramatic monologue, elegy, none of the above. Dramatic monologue. What is the form of Tennyson's Ulysses? Dramatic monologue. This is a dramatic monologue. Dramatic monologue. 100 number question. Right option is dramatic monologue. In this way, we have ended solved paper 2018 today. In the next video, I shall meet you again. Thanks.